It's Gurley power. It's the coach. You're watching Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the Washington Redskins taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, the summer beach weather may be long gone, but still a tremendous afternoon for football here in Los Angeles, California. And a few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And right away, he lost the football. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now it's Haskins, and this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
51 for mine. Ready? 2nd and 10.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Out of the gun, gone. This is caught, it's Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 24 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on it.
Just beating the play clock is gone. They'll find Everett there, complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, this is Howard. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Gong. That'll be caught by Cup. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Gurley again here on first down. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, let's go. Here we go. Whip. Watch the whip.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a third. That's caught inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Second down, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Haskins will throw. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. On first down, it's Gurley. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, baby, let's go. Big time. Let's go. Let's go.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Got three. Three down.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check. Watch 54. Coming to you.
Now on 2nd and 13, Haskins. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The Redskins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Howard. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Goff now to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you
under pressure, and they got to him again. Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now this throw caught left side. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. They'll fake the give. Now Goff, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 2nd and a yard, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Tiger.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Here we go. Hey, exit. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. Whoa. Baby, you don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Mike.
Throwing again is Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Gerald Everett. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. To the air again. Goff. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. 31-7, the final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Off play action. Here's Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
They need stops to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Third and long. It's Goff. And Woods has it complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle. And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot. Spot.
What? 20. Come on, D. 36. Shit. 17.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2. He only got 1 on the sneak, and that's going to lead us to a 4th and 1. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old-school football or what?
Oh. Right? Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit.
Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin with his 16th touchdown of the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't it?
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And the drive starts with a completion left side. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run with Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking.
And it's a fumble. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Goff. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And a short gain down to about the 33. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's gone. And find Everett there, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Bring it right.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff, and he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Jared Goff, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that will make this a 19-point game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Next to score, Rams 33, Redskins 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Haskins on 1st down. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Haskins.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Howard. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralized.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 44-yard line. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw, Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they will take a knee here. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for L.A., it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.